Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and today I'm going to answer a question that I've probably been getting more than anything since I got these K30 Ultra and Mi 10 Ultras in my possession. Frankie Tech, please do a throttling test. Please do something with ANTUTU. And guys, I know how much you appreciated my previous throttling test with the Redmi 10X Pro right here, and so today I'm going to bring you my 1 hour ANTUTU throttling heat test with the Dimensity 820 versus Dimensity 1000 Plus versus the Snapdragon 865. And here's ANTUTU now opened up on these phones. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running ANTUTU not once, not twice, not 3 times. Guys, I'm going to be running it for a full hour. And so here is the Redmi 9 I'm going to be using just to keep time for you guys to see how long these phones take to actually complete these tests, and recording in 1080p, so a little bit lower quality, but that's because I'm going to be recording for 1 hour here, so I don't want to have this giant massive file. And just so you see it here, we're going to turn off location tracking on these phones. Mobile data will be turning off here on the Mi 10 Ultra. And I also have my little temperature gauge here. It's in the 26 degrees Celsius range right now. And I also have here this thermometer. Don't judge. I got a daughter, guys, so we got to get her stuff like this. But I want to actually put this to use and really compare the temperatures of these. But you see opened here, I will also have the CPU monitor that will be tracking the temperature. And so here we go, guys. 1 hour of ANTUTU testing. Let's see if these phones throttle after all. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay guys, so the test is ongoing, so we're going to revisit here once they've done the first test with temperature checks and see if the phones have throttled at all. Let's have a look. Alright guys, so here's the first ANTUTU test of these phones, 403,000, 475, and 641. And now let's check the CPU monitor of these phones. So we're looking at a CPU temperature of 39 here, 43 versus 44. And let's go ahead and use the thermometer as well to check. This says 36.4, 38.4, they're a little bit higher. 38 degrees Celsius. So definitely the coolest one of the bunch here running is the Dimensity 820, and you can see it there across the board for CPU temperatures. But let's continue on and go to the next benchmark. Let's test once again here, just under 10 minutes. Let's see how they do for round 2. And here we go, guys. Round number 2 is done. And surprisingly, the Mi 10 Ultra took longer to finish the test here than these 2 other phones. There we see the results, 639, 478, and 402,000. And now let's look here at the CPU monitor, 41 degrees, 45 degrees, and 48 degrees. Doing a quick check here with the actual physical thermometer, 37.5, 37.9, and 39 degrees Celsius. Both the Dimensity 1000 Plus and the Snapdragon 865 staying a bit warm. Snapdragon was the hottest, but look at this Dimensity 820 still in this very low 40 degree range. But let's not waste any time and go into round 3 here and testing again. Here we go. Alright, and there we go, guys. Round 3 is completed, and apologies, these phones are kind of sliding around the way. But anyways, let's look at the results. 401, 474, and 627. So the Mi 10 Ultra has dipped down a little bit there, but they're all still very much within the range. Now, for you eagle eyes, you may have noticed there was a little box that came up on the K30 Ultra, basically saying that the phone was overheating. That was surprising. I did not expect to see that. Checking the CPU monitor, let's have a look. 43 degrees, 45 degrees, and 50 degrees. It's getting hot, guys. There you see 38, 40.1, and 42.2 degrees Celsius. Wow, these phones are getting hot. But now we go to round 4. Here we go, guys. And I hope these phones don't melt. Round 4 on these incredible devices. Here we go. Okay, and we're done with round 4, and let's look at the results. 398,473, 623, so a little bit lower here, and the Dimensity 820 is dipped just a little bit below 400,000, but still within the range. Check the CPU monitors here, 46 degrees, 46, and 51. Checking the temperatures of the phones, 38.9, 42 degrees, pretty hot here on the Dimensity 1000 Plus, and 42.4. And if you notice, once again, the Dimensity 1000 Plus did show me that overheating message. I wonder if that's just a part of the software that it's doing that, because I have not seen it here on the Dimensity 820. Let's test again, going into round 5. Here we go, 40 minutes into this ANTUTU intense throttling test. Here we go. Okay guys, and look at these scores. 395,000 on the Dimensity 820 and the Snapdragon 865, 608,000. And what happened to the Dimensity 1000 Plus? I got that overheating message a few more times. Wow, look at that though. The results are still very much the same. But let's look here at the CPU monitor of these phones. 46 degrees, 50 degrees, 52 degrees on the 865. It is feeling the heat now. Let's keep that up and let's just measure the temperatures of these phones. 38 high, that means it's pretty much you got a fever phone. But there you go, high once again. So that means it's well above the 45 degree mark. If you were a person, you would pretty much be dead at this point. We go now into round 6, the final round, and let's see if this Dimensity 1000 Plus can hold together here. Let's go. And we are done with round 6, and we finish up the test there right at 59 minutes, 1 minute to 1 hour. And let's look at the results. 397,000, 471,000, and 605,000. Looking at the CPU monitor scores, 46, 53, and 53. Wow, 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 they got hot. Measuring the temperatures, look at this, 40.2. Is that for real? That is insane. Dimensity 820. High temperature reading here and a high temperature reading here means it's above 45, and that is what we see here, guys. And so what do these results tell me in terms of overheating? The Dimensity 1000 Plus did start feeling the heat, and I did start getting that notification box there, but the Snapdragon 865 was the hottest of the bunch. Meanwhile, the Dimensity 820 hung in there here in this Redmi 10X Pro. But if you look at the throttling and the ANTUTU scores, the Dimensity 1000 Plus actually held its own, and it did not drop below this range that much at all. Also the same here for this Dimensity 820, it hung in there in the 400,000 range. The big drops we saw came right here on the Snapdragon 865. We started in the 640 range, and now we are at 605. So what that tells you is that these two chipsets do heat up a bit, but the Dimensity 1000 Plus held its own. But I think the champ of the day here is none other than the Dimensity 820 in this Redmi 10X Pro. Did I tell you guys this was an amazing chipset? If you don't believe me now you see it. Amazing result here, guys. The Dimensity 1000 Plus, I would give it the second place because even though it did overheat, it did stay within that range. And last but not least, the Snapdragon 865 was the one that overheated the most and that throttled the most. But there are the results, guys, of this epic ANTUTU heat test here on Frankie Tech. And hit me up in the comments, what do you think of these results? Which phone do you think deserves the win here? And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more great content. I'll be taking a break tomorrow and be coming back on Monday with some more great K30 Ultra and Mi 10 Ultra coverage. Anyways, that's it for this one, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one. Dimensity 820, man. What a beast. What a beast.